Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And talking about horror fans definitely know Stephen King. A lot of them do love Stephen King's novels, and including me, I'm a big fan of Stephen King. He's my favorite author of all time. I have read quite a few of his books, not all of them, but quite a few. And I do have a small collection of Stephen King novels in my apartment. But I don't really buy books anymore, so don't really have much time to read them. But yes, his books are some of my favorite novels, and one of his best is 1983's Pet Sematary, which was made into a movie in 1989. Now, the book is really good, the movie is really good as well, and I think it's a favorite among a lot of horror fans. Not only is it's scary, the concept, but it's also kind of like a little sad and quite sad and endearing, heart touching because of the tragedy of the family that happens. So I think a lot of people do really love that movie quite a bit, and it is stood the test of time. It's on a lot of people's favorite horror movie list as well, and including mine. So I do have that movie in my collection there. Right there in my horror movie collections. So like I said, I really love that. But in 2019 they came out with a remake of the movie, which wasn't as good and didn't do that great. I didn't really like the lead actor. I've seen him in a couple of movies. Not one of my favorite actors. It was a lot more gory than the first movie is what I felt, and they kind of left the movie at the end as what's going to happen, but at the same time they left it like you can possibly create something along with that. But like I mentioned, I don't think it really did that well. I'll have to check. It's not one of my favorite remakes, not one of my favorite movies either. But I was surprised to find out that they have made not a sequel, a prequel to that movie, which came out this year, 2023, and it's called Pet Sematary Bloodlines. It's a supernatural horror movie just like the first two, and it's directed by Lindsay Anderson Beer in her directorial debut. Do I see the mistakes and the things that a rookie director will actually do? Yes. The movie is actually a little boring, to be honest, until towards the end, and then it ups the horror factor and the ick factor quite a bit. So like I said, it's an unnecessary kind of like an unnecessary prequel movie that's based around what happened in the town. I keep forgetting the town's name. Let me quickly check it out. Ludlow, the town of Ludlow, Maine, and this is also the central character. Basically, is Judd Crandall, who in the book he is an older man, but here he is a young, a pretty young guy, and played by Jackson White. And I was surprised to find that Jackson White is the son of actress Katie Sagal and Jack White, but not the musician Jack White, some other guy called Jack White. But yeah, his mother's a very fine actress as well, so he's a young actor with a bit of a lineage, and he might do well as the years go by. So anyway, along with him you have Forrest Goodluck, Jack Mulhern, Henry Thomas, which I was actually surprised. I didn't recognize him as Henry Thomas. He plays the dad of Jackson White. Natalie Allen Lind, Isabella Starr LeBlanc, Samantha Manis, Pam Grier, and this is why I wanted to watch the movie as well, David Duchovny. Yeah. So yeah, Fox Mulder himself. So this is set in 1969, 50 years before the events of the previous movie, and it's based about young Judd, who with his, and I can't, is it his wife or Norma is his, I think later on she's his wife, but I'm not sure if they're married over here, but they are very young. They're actually planning to leave town and join the Peace Corps. There's a little bit of animosity in the town because they do have people who are fighting the Vietnam, I think this is the Korean War, if it's it's 1969, so it's the Vietnam War. both he and Norma planning to go and join the Peace Corps, and that's when things happen. They find themselves, on their way out of town. They're hit by a crow, and then they see this dog who belongs to the Betaman. Belongs to the Betamans. Betaman is David Duchovny, who plays Bill, the father, and his son is Timmy. Now, Timmy is actually dead. I don't know how he got killed, but he is dead, and he buries him in Pet Cemetery, and he comes back. Of course, as you know, the Lord changed, and of course, he has this inkling to kill people. So basically, there's this haunting family legacy of the founders of the town of Ludlow. There's this story about them and the tribe of Indians who are nearby. And by the way, Forrest Goodluck, who plays Manny, and Isabella Starr LeBlanc plays Donna. They both are Native American actors, and they play Native American characters as well. So that's always nice. I always like to see Native Americans in movies. That's not centrally around, the cowboys and Indians kind of stuff. So there's that history about. It was nice to see that about the town, and they basically do warn the white folks who come in about this particular place. But that's how Pet Sematary got its initial connection with the town. That was a town of Ludlow that was built around it, and the Crandall family ancestors were also part of it, the founders. And evil basically, it's an ancient evil that's there in the grounds, and it basically starts to plague Ludlow. You have the dog and Timmy going and attacking people. Pam Grier plays the kind of sheriff in the movie, and you get a lot of stuff that happens in the movie. Now, I do have to say that somehow in the story, basically only if they get buried in the Pet Cemetery area do they actually come back bad. They come back like rotten people who want to kill. But in here, that doesn't actually happen. They don't show him going and burying his victims, especially Donna. She just happens to turn into it when after he kills her. So that was really surprising to see. And just a couple of really tense scenes. It wasn't really scary to me for the most part. Just a couple of scenes that were, had a little bit of tension. The acting was okayish. I don't really see much about it. Towards the end, there's a scene in which Norma's character is actually almost going to suffocate. She's underground, and it's muddy waters basically filling up, and it can suffocate you. So that's a little bit of a tension thing build up. But in the end, of course, Manny and Judd are able to get the better of Timmy, and they kill him. So that's basically where the movie ends. However, Judd decides to stay back. His father was killed. However, he decides to stay in the house where his family is. So he and Norma go and stay along with his mother, who will survive. Mother's played by Samantha Mattis. So that's how the movie ends. And Manny leaves town. He decides to follow Donna's request of going out there and finding out the world and seeing what's in store for them. And as he leaves, he gives a big middle finger salute to the town of Crandall. And of course, we know that the thing's going to happen later. So I do not know if they plan to make a sequel to this prequel. Possibly, they kind of have left it that way, I guess. You can actually see them probably continue on this franchise a little bit. However, like I said, I don't believe it's actually that great. So it was distributed on Paramount Plus. It's available to watch on payment. So I don't have Paramount Plus. I have a couple of other services, but you can actually watch it on payment. And it's about 84 minutes long. What would I rate this movie? It isn't a patch on the first movie. I would say it's probably the weaker of the three. It's got an interesting storyline, but I just wasn't convinced. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's not something that I can actually see myself rewatching again anytime soon. It's a shame because I have David Duchovny, Henry Thomas, as well as Samantha Mattis and Pam Grier in this film. So, yeah, kills are okay. It's good for an afternoon watch, but nothing that great. 6.5 out of 10. Good night.